Hi, I am Debbie Bridge. I'm a voiceover actor, singer, and stage and screen actor. And today I'm going to be your kooky non-cook cook and talk a little bit about nightshades, what they are and why I don't eat them. And this week's recipe is coconut rice pineapple salad. I've had people asking me what nightshades are. Basically, nightshades cover a huge area of food. So it's not just a plant, it's not just a fruit, it's not just a vegetable. It can be things like potatoes, tomatoes, sweet peppers, chilies, aubergine or eggplant in North America, courgette or zucchini in North America, those sorts of things. And strangely enough, gooseberries. I've also had problems with pomegranates, but they're not part of the nightshade family. So it spreads wide, and that's not an exclusive list, that's just the obvious. So one of the things I discovered, strangely enough, with this is that I didn't realize that the sticky part of an envelope that sticks it to, when you have to lick it and close it, it's made from potato starch. So don't even touch an envelope if you have any intolerance to nightshades. Now, why do I not eat nightshades? They are known as an inflammatory, and we often have heard about them, and being the Agatha Christie fan that I am, in murder mystery books. Nightshades are a deadly poison that naturally occurs in a lot of foods and doesn't bother a lot of people out there, but unfortunately there's a pack of us that it does, and I'm one of those. Quite often people with arthritis are on this type of diet. Unfortunately, a lot of restaurants and packaged food do not take this into consideration yet, that there's a lot of us out there that can't eat these foods because basically it makes us expand. It basically is an inflammatory. It makes you, anyway. So yeah, that's a little brief intro to why nightshades and why I don't eat them. It's just my body doesn't like it. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I completely have, done the thing and stopped eating the potatoes, which was one of my hardest ones, and tomatoes and chilies. Not because I was a mad lover of them, but I did like crisps. So I basically switched over to sweet potato, which I love. And I don't miss tomatoes, to be honest. I do miss maybe the odd sauce. What I really miss are sun-dried tomatoes. I used to love those little suckers. Delicious little guys they are. I miss the bell peppers, the sweet bell peppers. I love those. I miss chili because I like spicy things. So I've had to look towards things like cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, those types of things that kind of bring a spice and heat into the food in a different way, because a lot of recipes, especially in English-speaking countries, or even Germanic-speaking countries, they have a lot of potato and tomato bases. And you think Italian food, you think German food always has a potato salad somewhere around, and definitely here in the UK, chips are with everything. Tomato is on everything. You have chili in so many things. It cuts out Mexican, cuts out Thai food. These are all foods I love. I discovered I loved as an adult, and now I can't eat them. So what I do now is I try and modify the recipes and change it up a bit. And like I'm taking recipes and kind of going, I'm doing it my way. So today is another version of I'm doing it my way, because I have to, basically. And you know what? I am discovering it is amazing. It tastes fantastic. And of course, I have my head chef close by in the living room, just in case there are any Debbie incidents. Cookie non-cook chef that I am. Well, I wouldn't call myself a chef. Cook, maybe. There's one thing I'm definitely learning: when you're using another head chef's kitchen, you have to go with the rules that they set in place. So hubby was like, okay, you can do the rice thing in the rice cooker, but you gotta put it in the right place for him. So that's tip number 1, just for probably a good marriage as well. Just don't bother fighting it, go with it. So I've started out, I've got my rice in the rice cooker, because I'm lucky I bought a rice cooker a while back, and it's so much easier to do rice in, and it tastes fantastic every time. And so I've got my ingredients. I'll show you a picture of them. And like normal time changing things. So the snow peas are actually sugar, guys. And I'm not sure if that's the same thing or not, because once again I'm using the Australian cookbook, so maybe these are the same thing, maybe they're not. Maybe I'll look it up on Google and see, and I can tell you later. I don't have all the spices, but it'll still taste good, right? So yeah, I'm gonna get started on this, and because I'm the kooky non-cook cook, I don't really do cooking videos, so you're not going to see me doing too much of the boiling and the cooking, but I'll try and take photos of different stages of it and throw them in so you got some idea. And I don't tend to tell you the measurements because I do follow the recipe, but I feel like there's copyright issues. I don't want to just throw them out there. Yeah, I'm, trying to be respectful to as many people as possible. That's always a tough balance in life, isn't it? And of course I'm sporting my grandma hair look here because that's the way I am. But if you are a hair and makeup person who wants to come and do it for free, I'm more than happy to have you come and make me look fantastic. But in the meantime, this is what you get. Okay, here's just a little thing that I have learned. See, I am learning, is my husband usually puts this little paper towel to the side of this little hole, because you can already see the liquid is coming out of there because he puts a lot of water in the rice to make sure that it doesn't come out crunchy or anything like that, in the rice cooker. So he puts this little paper towel there to catch any of the excess, we'll call them bubbles, because they are bubbles, aren't they? They're lovely little bubbles. So yeah, just a little tip there from hubby and me from learning it. Hey! Okay, I'm back again with another modification because we didn't know if we could get coconut cream, especially just on a Sunday, and pick it up somewhere. So I Googled online to see what would be a substitute, and one of the things they said was Greek yogurt. And I thought, well, I'll just throw a bit of coconut flakes in and mix it all up. And here's a photo. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. Personally, I put a lot of coconut in because to me there's never enough coconut. No. Hence you saw in one of my other videos how I use coconut oil to fry in rather than olive oil or anything else, because I love coconut. That aside, I did specifically say to my husband, I don't like low fat, and guess what he got? Low fat. I don't know what that's about. Is it just that, when you say to your husband, it's in the cupboard, or you say in the fridge, there's the classic line, isn't it? You say to your husband, hey, there's the butter in the fridge. He goes, where's the butter? I don't see it. And I think it might be one of those moments, don't you? Marriage. Okay, another one of my changes is the cashew nuts I'm using are not roasted, so I have decided with the almonds weren't sliced, so it asked for those sorts of things. So what I did was just do this. Mulch them all up in a bowl together so they're all tiny. So that way I'm hoping the flavors will mix and blend in better rather than having the larger chunks of the nuts. I don't know. We'll see. It's a theory. One other thing, the recipe asked for dried currants. I don't really like currants, so I'm just not putting them in. But you could throw them in for yourself. So basically, all you have to do at the very end is let the rice cool and let the veggies, run the veggies under cold water. And then you throw it all in a bowl and you just mix it up until it's all done, and voila! You have your salad. Your rice salad. It's a rice salad basically. But I think it works well if you want to just put it with meat or something, because it's got the rice, it's got the vegetables, it's got a nice complete meal. And if you're vegetarian in itself, you just eat that. So, haven't tried it yet. I'm really looking forward to trying my modified coconut mixture. I know I took a little taste taste. And it does taste really good. Surprisingly, I'm never quite sure about these kind of sweeter recipes because I've always been a more savory for my main meal and sweet for, you know, dessert afterwards. But I have to say, this is a kind of way for me to get into more exotic flavors that I can't have the chilies and the other ways, like with Thai food and all that kind of more fragrant style of food. But this kind of gives me that taste, but without the nightshades. So just an update on the sugar snap peas versus the snow peas. Well, basically they're buddies. They're pretty interchangeable. It's just the ones I have slightly more flavor to them, but they work in the same way, so they are a good substitute. Well done, hubby. Yay! So as you can tell, my husband does a lot of the shopping. Yeah, well, it's a nice life sometimes. I have just tried it. It is absolutely delicious. And one of the things I was a little concerned about was the rice. Will it be crunchy? But because the coconut and the pineapple and the vegetables have their own kind of wetness, and yeah, it's just lovely. It's just really, really delicious. And the hardest things has been mixing this salad together in this bowl, which is, it's not very beautiful. You'll see in my photograph when I show you here. One of the best things I have in my house right now is the Blossomator. She's an Insta Hoover for any little bits of rice I drop on the floor. Here's my Blossomator. She's not here at the moment, but she was just here helping me out. So, also one little tip, like, I did all the dishes before I started this recipe, but unfortunately, another wine glass has been sacrificed to the broken glass world. What do you do? It's just me. I seem to break a glass a week at the moment. It's just less that we have to move, I guess, in life. Anyway, here is what it looks like.